Yo, welcome to New Entry Wrestling Podcast, where we talk wrestling reviews, predictions, and fantasy booking. On this episode, we're diving into how Bret Hart and Lex Luger would have been booked if they were in the main event of WrestleMania 41. Plus, we got a special watch along where these two wrestlers faced off back at 1998 WCW's Thunder in the main event for the WCW United States Champion. But before we start, I'm your host Ian, and if you're feeling so high in joy, give me a holla, hit that 5-star Frog Splash review, make sure you subscribe. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for being here with us and making that choice. You know, life's all about choices, right? So we make decisions every day. We don't always know the things like how it'll turn out, but that's what makes it exciting. You know, like I think like there's a quote, the biggest risk is not taking one. And today we're doing just that. We're diving into the world of WrestleMania dreams. Well, obviously, right? Because this is a wrestling podcast. So you're about to make a big decision too. And we're going to play a game called This or That. And you get to decide what match you would want to see at WrestleMania. Ready? So let's get this started. Alright, the first question is going to be, who would you rather see Gunther face at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Champion instead of Jey Uso? Would you rather see Gunther face Randy Orton, the Viper, or have him face Kevin Owens, the prize fighter? Gunther's powerbomb versus the RKO or the Stunner? Personally, this is a tough one because if we're going based on last year, Kevin Owens and Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, they were both in the United States title match against Logan Paul. They both lost. Now they're going to face each other at WrestleMania 41. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be confirmed. So it'd be pretty cool to see Kevin Owens if he never turned heel and have him win the Royal Rumble and go on and face Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. That would have been cool. A cool moment, to be honest. I never really thought about that. Also, Randy Orton, he could have won the Royal Rumble or win the Elimination Chamber to go on and face Gunther. So that would have been pretty cool because if you would have had John Cena win the Royal Rumble and have him go on and face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Champion, you could have Randy Orton win the Elimination Chamber and then have him face Gunther, get a rematch from Bash at Berlin, I believe. You know, because I believe that's where they face each other. And I believe it would have been a Trinity if I'm not mistaken, because Gunther faced Randy Orton in the finals where he defeated Randy Orton, obviously, which got him to go on to SummerSlam and win the World Heavyweight title. And then at the Bash in Berlin, Randy Orton faced Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion, and that's where Gunther got another win. So we could have gotten Randy Orton and Gunther 3 for the World Heavyweight Champion one more time for the World Heavyweight Champion, and it would have been at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. So that would have been cool. And again, you would have had Randy Orton main eventing WrestleMania Night 1 for the World Heavyweight Champion against Gunther, and then you could have had WrestleMania Night 2, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Universal Champion. You know, that would have been a awesome match, an awesome WrestleMania lineup card. And then Gunther versus Kevin Owens, that would have been cool just because Gunther faced, Sami Zayn the year prior, so WrestleMania 40 for the Intercontinental Champion, and then to be in the main event against Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens needs a World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania. He doesn't need to main event, close out the show. He does need a world title match. So does Sami Zayn. They both need a title match, not against each other. I mean, that would be a cool moment. But to be honest, I would rather see them separately both nights in a title match at WrestleMania. Maybe it's gonna happen when they go to Toronto to for WrestleMania in a few years. Apparently that's the rumors. I don't know. Apparently they're not gonna go to the UK for WrestleMania. Most likely it's gonna happen for not WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and they're gonna try to have a show in Toronto for WrestleMania. So let's see if that happens. So yeah. So anyways, but then if Kevin Owens and Gunther is the main event for the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. I feel like I said that backwards. I like tongue twist. Uh, what would be the main event for the WWE Champion? Would it still be? I feel like, ooh, you could probably. Oh, Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. There you go. Yeah, Kevin Owens could have won the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn wins the Elimination Chamber, or the other way around, and they both could have gone in main event WrestleMania. Damn, that would you can even have vice versa. Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight title, but obviously, and then Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, but obviously that's not the choices right now. Right now it's Gunther versus Kevin Owens or Gunther versus Randy Orton, and man, that's a tough one. So I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens, man. Kevin Owens and Gunther. That's the one I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go with that. That's the one. Let me know in the comments which one you would go with: Gunther versus Randy Orton or Kevin Owens for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Or unless you're cool with the original Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Champion. I still believe that Jey Uso is going to get the W on that one. I would hope so. That would be a bummer if he just ends up losing, And I also believe that he should still end up closing the show at WrestleMania for WrestleMania Night 1. All right, let's go on to question number 2. Which dream match would you want to see happen? This, Gunther versus Bret the Hitman Hart, or that, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus the Total Package Lex Luger, who's going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania 41 2025, the class of 2025. Congrats to Lex Luger. All right, for this one, I'm gonna be honest. It depends which version. The Ring General versus Bret Hart. I mean, that's gonna be a classic. Gunther's strength, he's a good technical wrestler. Bret Hart is a great technical wrestler. He has some good strikes as well. Obviously, that's gonna be a classic match. Lex Luger versus Cody Rhodes. Ain't gonna be it. I mean, Cody Rhodes. Here's the thing: Cody Rhodes is gonna make Lex Luger look good, But what version? I don't know. We're gonna discuss that later on. But personally, right now, I'm gonna go with. Damn, that's Gunther versus Bret Hart. I feel like Lex Luger versus Cody Rhodes is gonna be an interesting one. So I'm gonna go with that one. Let me know which one you would pick. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to go with Bret Hart and Gunther, but who knows? Maybe there's a few people that may go and pick the Total Package and the American Nightmare. Let me know in the comments. All right, question number 3. I feel like this one's going to be a tough one for a few of y'all. It's going to be a tough one for me as well. Which match will make you say, I got to see this live? This, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 41, or that, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Universal Champion at WrestleMania 41. Which of these two matches would it's gonna make you say, I gotta see this live, you know? And personally, damn, that's a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna go with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. That's probably the one I'm gonna wanna see live. Not just because, obviously, because it's the last tour, but even besides the last tour, I feel like the fans of the going back and forth of "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." I feel like the atmosphere of that chant is gonna be insane, and even the whole "Let's go Cena" or "Cena sucks" versus going against the "Let's go Rhodes" or "Rhodes sucks." Just the whole back and forth, rather if it's going to be one sided, if we're all going to be rooting for Cena, booing Cena, rooting for Cody Rhodes or booing Cody Rhodes, I feel like overall it's just going to be awesome just to be there as a crowd and to enjoy that atmosphere as a fan, from even including we can't even forget about the entrance. The entrance alone is going to be crazy. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be singing along to John Cena's theme song. Everybody's going to be singing along to Cody Rhodes' theme song. The fireworks, everything. I hope John Cena's going to have fireworks. The only problem is we're probably going to get a new theme song. I really hope they find a way to combine all his theme song together at WrestleMania, like have a few seconds clips of the first theme song he came out. Something what they did with Sting's retirement. We had his sons come out and they were all different generations or different versions of Sting. And I believe Chris Jericho did it as well in AEW, where there was like three different eras or versions of Chris Jericho when he showed up to AEW. So I hope they do something like that for John Cena. That would be pretty cool for WrestleMania. So, but yeah, let me know in the comments which one of these two would you rather go. That's gonna make you say like, I gotta go see this live. Are these matches is probably the reason why you are going to WrestleMania? I have no idea. If you are going to WrestleMania, then damn, you are lucky. So, but yeah, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins or John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Which one would you rather see live? Yeah, let me know in the comments. All right, we are watching Bret Hart challenge Lex Luger for the U.S. title, WCW Thunder, August 13, 1998. Let's go. The full episode is on YouTube, WCW. With that, here comes out Bret, the Hitman Hart.
Yep. And it's Thunder, so they try to be like SmackDown, right? They try to be like the
Well,
SmackDown.
technically SmackDown tried to beat Thunder.
Wow.
Cause
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
because
because
Thunder
Thunder
came
was
out.
first. Yeah,
Oh
Thunder
yeah,
was
yeah,
first.
1998.
Yeah.
But Thunder only lasted what, like a year or two?
Did
Under?
it? I'm pretty sure it was like longer than that. It had to be at least 3 years.
Yeah, because I have the WCW Thunder game, the video game for PlayStation 1. So it's got to be something, right? I have
Yeah.
both actually. I have Nitro and Thunder, the
All right,
games.
here comes Lex
Ooh,
Luger. How do you pronounce his last name? Luger?
Luger,
Luger?
Luger.
The
He's
total
too sweet.
package. Look at that. Woo! That boy is ripped.
He's wearing that WCW
Too
Wolfpack right
sweet.
there.
Yeah.
Woo-wee. With that theme song. Damn.
Wolfpack
Yeah.
back and
Well,
mass
speaking of Lex
destruction.
Luger, he recently he's got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
30 Hall of Fame.
go. Lex Luger. It's about time. And what a moment for him to be inducted to the Hall of Fame because that man could finally stand up on his 2 feet. And you know
Yeah.
who else could? Chris Bay as well, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
because I think DDP was helping out Lex Luger with his mobility and stuff, so he could finally start walking again, which is
yeah.
awesome. So congrats to Lex Luger. Lex Luger. Wow. This is like prime
Flex
WCW.
prime.
Lex
Look at
Luger.
that.
But yeah, this would be an interesting match. Luger's the champion? Who's the champion?
Yeah,
I didn't
he.
see that part.
How do
Oh,
you
Luger.
miss it? He was holding. He was
Oh,
wearing
sorry.
the
I was like,
belt. He was wearing
sorry.
the title.
I think the screen, I was kind of thrown off by the fireworks in the background.
The fight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were thrown off by his
Man,
arms. Look at that.
they did a lot of fireworks back then. Didn't you notice that? Like every wrestler had fireworks. Like
They did.
everybody. Like even
But they were
randomly.
basic fireworks. They were
Yeah.
like basic flowers. They were nothing compared to like Cody Rhodes. Lock up time, Lex Luger and Bret Hart. So I get so here. Hey, so I was kind of curious.
Yeah.
What if Lex Luger and Bret Hart won this year? Like matches, meaning what if Lex Luger won the Royal Rumble match this year and Bret Hart, since it was in Toronto, what if he won the Elimination Chamber?
Ooh, okay.
Like prime Bret Hart and Lex Luger. What version would you book them to win this year's?
Well, like who would win what?
What version of Bret Hart and Lex Luger would you have win the Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber this year?
Oh, okay. So for Lex Luger, I will do the when he's in WWF, when he was like the total package,
Uh huh.
when he was doing that like bus tour and stuff, like the American,
I
the
think that was
American
the
Dream.
yeah that was the was that the Luger Express?
Yeah, Luger Express, when he like power slammed Yokozuna and all
Yeah,
that version of Lex Luger. 'Cause I feel
that
like
version.
yeah,
No, wow, that's
because I don't know
crazy.
because I feel like after that, I think once he went to WCW and stuff, he wasn't as like that Lex Luger.
I like the WCW Lex Luger. I felt, don't get me wrong, was he vanilla and all that? Yeah, sure, but he was a bodybuilder. Like that was his
Yeah,
gimmick. Like that's what he is. He's a bodybuilder. That's how he came out as his entrance.
yeah,
And he was a good worker. He wasn't. He would that to me. That was it. That was it. He was just a vanilla worker that just looked great.
yeah.
He was basically John Cena without the gimmick.
Right,
you know,
right.
but except at that time he did made a name, and also he was a former. Obviously remember in the NWA days, it was cool to be vanilla.
Right.
you
That's all
know,
NWA was. Still kind
yeah.
of is to this day too.
Basically, that's why nobody really cared for Bret Hart when he joined WCW.
Right. He had like a short run. And for me, Bret Hart wise, would be like pre-Montreal Screwjob. That Bret Hart.
But that year, so basically that year, what is
Right.
that, 97?
97, yeah.
Okay, so basically when Bret Hart kind of turnish healed, but not really. It was more of the
Right.
fans turning on Bret and rooting for Sean, where it's like, why are you rooting for this jerk?
Yeah. Right.
Kind of like what John Cena is probably doing.
Right.
you know, like, hey, he dropped the F bomb. That's why I turned heel. So look at that elbow. But for me, I'm gonna be honest, man. For Bret Hart, um, I like the 97 idea
Yeah.
where have him at the Royal. So imagine this: prime Bret Hart, right? All
Right.
pink. His gear is all pink. Loses to Jey Uso. He's not mad. He ain't mad. It's the next generation, right?
Right.
He goes on to Elimination Chamber and then defeats, I guess, CM Punk, whatever.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe Shawn Michaels. Let's say Shawn Michaels. and and then after all that, and he's standing in the ring with Cody Rhodes. Oh, that's the other thing. Who would you have him face? Would you have him
Cool.
face, like, say, for example, let's do this. Lex Luger won the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Bret Hart goes on to Toronto and wins the Elimination Chamber. Who would you have them face? Would you still have Bret Hart go after Cody, or would you have Gunther, and Lex Luger, or Bret and Gunther?
I would
Yeah,
say
nice elbow from Bret
I
Hart to
would be
Lex Luger.
like more fantasy booking wise, Cody
Mm-hmm.
versus Bret Hart. I think that'll be a good match of like technical with speed as well, because I think that'll be a better matchup. And then
Okay.
Luger and Gunther, I think definitely Gunther will carry Luger in the match. So
Oh
Gunther's really
yeah, for sure.
Because Gunther is very good at like the basics. So I like to see like more of like that big man match where
Hmm.
Gunther could carry Luger throughout the match and be like, we're just doing chops, we're doing power bombs, we're doing like three, four different moves, you know?
I feel like Gunther versus Lex Luger will be something similar to what we're watching right now, Bret Hart and Lex Luger. Gunther would probably be wrestling more of a Gunther, like right there. He just threw a punch, Bret Hart to Lex. Instead of a punch, it'd probably be a chop from Gunther.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it'll be more of a pound and strikes and power slam kind of thing. And
Yeah.
like you said, Gunther will help and carry Lex Luger. And
Exactly.
that was a good thing about Lex Luger. That's why everybody liked working with Lex. He didn't carry the match. You had to
Exactly.
carry the match, but he was a great listener,
Right.
you know?
I think,
And
yeah, I think with Cody and Brett, it'll be more. I would like it more as like Cody could do his Cody cutter. He could do
right.
his submission. Bret Hart would try to isolate him with the sharpshooter, but Cody would, you know what I mean? Like it'd be like more of a match. I could be like either one could carry the match. And I could see that one being more of a main
Right.
event
See, right
than
there,
the
that
other one.
Irish whip, that
Yeah,
power Irish whip. Cody Rhodes can't do that to Lex Luger.
no,
He can't do that.
power wise, yeah, because Gunther
Yeah,
could like destroy Lex Luger if he wanted to.
right.
One
Cody
power,
Rhodes can't do
yeah,
that, but Gunther could
no,
do that. That nice
exactly.
backbreaker. I love Bret Hart's backbreaker. And look, the next combination right here, backbreaker into an elbow drop.
Here we go. Ah,
Boom! Oh, he moved. Or
ooh.
did he move?
No, he got hit. I think he got moved a little bit. Obviously,
Okay.
that's he's trying to not get injured. So you would agree with me? Like you would keep the same kind of match, or would you flip it? Would you be Cody versus Lex Luger and Gunther versus
Um.
Hart?
Well, before I give you my answer,
Yeah,
earlier you mentioned about Lex Luger with the whole Express. That's the
yeah,
whole Express, the US. You're gonna have that Lex Luger versus Gunther.
yeah. Because I think
Hilarious.
he was even more green. I think at
Oh,
that
that
time.
clothesline. Look at that.
Ooh,
I love his clothesline. You gotta remember, Lex Luger, you used to be a football player. Look at that.
ooh.
The forearm to the head.
Because
Turn.
I could see like Gunther being like Gunther, and then Lex Luger being like the narcissist with the mirror. You know, like super muscular. He's like,
I was, bro. That's what I was gonna say. If I was gonna, I agree. Gunther, the Lex Luger.
yeah.
I would say the one that was going on to the one that defeated Hulk Hogan.
Hmm, okay.
The one that version, or even the version that entered to that came in who on the Mall of America. You know,
Yeah.
when he first walked in WCW, hot like that, walked in hot from another company
Like
and went
literally.
on, yeah, and went on to win the Royal Rumble and all that stuff, and go on and face like that version of Lex Luger, to face Gunther. Now the heelish version will be obviously to face Cody Rhodes, and that version would be what you just said, the whole mirror, because
Yeah.
it'd be the closest thing to dashing Cody Rhodes. He could even remind him of that. You know, he could even wear the mask. You know, he could have like Cody Rhodes could throw a punch at Lex Luger and sells them and starts, you know, like, oh, he broke my jaw. I'm gonna start wearing the mask
Yeah.
that Cody used to wear, you know, um, for his protection. That I feel like that would be hilarious, with Lex Luger turning heel, and also the Wolfpack
Right.
version of Lex Luger. Because look, he's doing a great job right now, bro.
Yeah.
It has
He
not
did.
been a bad match right now. The fact that we're doing a fantasy booking right now for him. Now,
Oh, Bret
what
Hart
was
has a chair. Oh,
oh, another clothesline. Yeah, Bret Hart brought in a chair. But what was your question? Did I answer your question?
I think you did. Oh no, yeah, would you keep the same matches? Like, would you keep my idea of Cody Rhodes versus Bret
Bret
Hart
Hart. Oh
and
no,
Lex
yeah,
Luger
no.
versus Gunther?
No, yeah, I think I just gave you the
Oh yeah, you did.
the
Yeah,
gimmick
yeah,
ideas of
yeah.
how I would do, but I would keep it. The original would be Bret Hart and Cody Rhodes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh
Bret
wait, why is
Hart
Bret Hart
just
a heel? Is he a heel?
well, they're both members of the NWOs. Remember,
Oh, but Bret Hart didn't wear all
Bret
the
Hart is black and white, and then Lex Luger is with
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. I
Oh,
believe, right?
I don't know because I feel like Bret Hart joined later on, didn't he? Because he would wear the NWO colors and stuff. I didn't see him wear
Yeah,
that.
I don't know at that time. I
I think he was about to turn heel. It's like that, like kind of like you say, like is he going to? Because he's the one that brought in the chair. He was about to use it. Oh, he got the ref. One,
1, 2.
two.
Oh,
Ooh.
kick out. I really thought it was over.
Yeah, me too. It was like it's a slow count though.
It was a
Oh
slow
no!
count.
See, wait. Why is Bret Hart attacking the ref? Or he's
I
like in
think
his
yeah,
face.
I think it's NWO. I think it's NWO versus NWO.
I don't know because he would. I would see him wear the colors more. Like he would change his
No, he
outfit.
didn't. He didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
Bret
Oh,
Hart,
so
no, Bret Hart never changed. Bret Hart was still the same. He was just
he
part of
had
the
the
group.
shirt though. I always see him. I remember seeing a photo of him with the black and white.
Yeah, no, bro, because Lex Luger, he wears a jean and the NWO shirt. Oh, look,
Yeah.
sharpshooter
Oh,
time. Oh,
oh,
is Lex Luger? He's gonna pass out. Is he out?
pass out or tap out at this point. He's not moving. Oh,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
ref.
ref is checking.
Oh, I see
No,
two.
we have a new
Oh, it's
United
over.
States champion. Oh my goodness. Bret
I
Hart would not let go of the title. Damn, man. Why was that? That match was fire.
It
I
was. It was quick and it was not
it,
like you don't
it
need a
was
long
simple.
match.
It was, yeah, it was enjoyable. I know we didn't really go into much detail, but it was just back and forth punching, clothesline. Uh a great story. The ending was solid. It was a solid
It was.
show or a
I
solid match.
match. Yeah, Thunder, the show in general was okay. It was okay for a while. Then it got bad later on. But yeah, the whole crowd is like, what the
Yeah,
heck?
everybody. Yeah, Bret Hart walking out with the United States champion.
Dude,
That
I
looks
love
like
that
the.
version of the
I
title.
know it looks like the world title.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a good title. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, that was a good match.
yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, you guys should watch it if you guys have YouTube, which everybody should. Everybody
I'm
does.
pretty sure everybody does.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh,
Lex Luger.
look at that. Oh, that's a main event. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the main event for Thunder. Everybody could watch it. I'll put the link on the description. That was fun. That was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Now after discussing our fantasy booking, because that's what we were basically doing during this match. Now,
Exactly.
again, it wasn't a boring match.
No.
It was just a basic old school wrestling match at that time.
Yep.
It's not like how it is today.
It was like back and forth punches. So one guy gets the upper hand, the other guy gets upper hand, a little heelish stuff going on, and
Right.
then boom, it's over.
It's a tentacle. It's a normal Bret Hart match. It's the normal Lex Luger match.
Right.
Both enjoyable. And Lex Luger is a great listener, great worker, and Bret Hart, he knows how to call a match. So
Right.
so you can't go wrong with those ingredients. While we were discussing our fantasy booking, the question remains is who would go over?
Oh, okay.
So we both agree Cody Rhodes, Bret Hart for the WWE Championship, Lex Luger and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Champion. Who's going over? That's the real question, man. Like,
Right.
ah,
Hmm. Okay, so for me, I would say Gunther goes over Lex.
Gunther. Okay.
And then for the other match, I would say Cody Rhodes. So I'll say retain the championships for both.
Gunther. So both retains. Okay.
Yeah. Gunther and Cody retains. Yeah.
For me, I would probably be more of a what's it called? That's tough. Lex Luger. I gotta build up the match. So Gunther, Lex Luger, go block up back and forth. Something like I said, what we watch from that Bret Hart and Gunther, Bret Hart and Lex Luger match,
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be the same thing with Gunther and Lex Luger. Like you said, Gunther is gonna carry the match. It's gonna be
Right.
something similar until the end. That's where we're gonna be seeing Lex Luger trying to go for like the torture rack. That's what we're definitely gonna be seeing more chops and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Near falls like with the power bomb from Gunther. We'll probably see Lex Luger pull a power bomb. But I think Gunther will probably go
Yeah.
over. You can have him, Lex Luger has Gunther on a torture rack, and then gets out of it, turns around, and gets a chop on the back, like
Ooh.
boom, a big chop. just like, you're gonna be like,
But
that's
does
gonna
he?
hurt.
But does he sell it or not? Because Lex
Sell
Luger's
it.
trapezoids are like super huge.
Sell it. Well, it's the ending. Sell it,
Oh yeah,
sell
yeah,
it. Or better, yeah, you don't have to. But like I would say, you know what? That expression where you sell it, but you're not really selling it. Like it. Like their face is turning red.
yeah,
Like they're holding their screen because it hurts.
yeah,
Like sell it that way. It's like, it hurts.
like
But
oh
like,
damn,
like I'm not gonna let him see it. Like
yeah,
we see that, we know it hurts because the camera is facing it, right?
yeah.
But Gunther's point of view, he's not selling,
He's like standing there
right?
straight up. He's like
Right,
oh, and you're
because
like
he's so
oh,
massive, right?
yeah.
But as soon as he turns around, he receives another chop, and that's where he sells. And then
Ooh.
a boot to the and another chop, and then maybe get hit with a clothesline, and then pick him up for a power bomb, and then go
Ooh.
for the cover. Or no, power bomb, turning him around, the Boston Crab, and then he passes out. Same ending with the Bret Hart and Lex
Yeah,
Luger. So same thing. At least that saves him.
it does. Yeah.
And then again, if we go based on yeah, it works out. So, and then with Bret Hart and Cody Rhodes, man, that's gonna be a tough one. Obviously, like you said, the disaster kick, the Cody cutter, crossroads, near falls, Bret Hart sharpshooter. The one thing I would want him to do, Bret Hart to do, um, is hit Cody Rhodes with a diamond cutter, not a RKO, a diamond cutter. So like reverse a crossroads, pulls him in, and then bam,
Ooh.
and then
Okay.
you know what I mean?
What about the
Like,
power driver?
oh, that would be a nice near fall. Or it could, yeah, hit the power driver and then kick out, and then both men are getting up, and then that's where Cody Rhodes goes for the crossroads,
Or
and
what
then
if
one,
like
two,
Cody?
three.
What if Bret Hart tries to go for a sharpshooter, and then Cody takes him off, and he picks him up and does the cross? Yeah, he does a sharpshooter.
Oh, like
You know, yeah,
outpowers him, and
and he
then
flips him out, and
turnbuckle.
then boom, hits the back. Like Bret Hart like hits the
Yeah,
ring post. Yeah, and then grabs him. Boom.
the turnbuckle. You're
Yeah, the
outside.
turnbuckle. Yeah, outside. Yeah. I'm like
You're
looking.
you're
I'm like trying to
outside where you're
visualize
at.
it. I'm
Yeah,
trying to visualize it.
but
I'm like, yeah, yeah,
you're outside right now.
yeah,
You're outside the ring.
yeah.
You
I'm
got
like
your
trying
eyes
to visualize.
closed. But no, yeah. So sharpshooter,
Ooh.
and then outpowers him, and then he could even Cody Rhodes could do the selling, like how Stone Cold Steve
Yeah,
Austin with the whole bleeding and all that,
yeah.
outpowers Bret Hart to the turnbuckle, the middle turnbuckle, and then sells it. Don't get up right away. Sell it enough, give enough time for Cody Rhodes to get up, and then he backs in either to another disaster kick or a Cody cutter, and then go into the crossroads.
Mm.
But if they have enough time, if the selling is right, they could do it into it right away, where it's like maybe 10 seconds later, start getting up. Cody gets up too, and then walk into the crossroads, go into 1, 2, 3. So,
Mm. Yeah,
um,
that's fire, dude.
but it's funny how none of us see any of those wrestlers actually winning the title. It's weird that we booked Cody Rhodes and Gunther to retain and not win. Why is that?
I don't know. It feels like because Lex Luger, I think when he was champion, I think because we saw the previous experience with him as champion, I think it would have been as good. But you like the match, obviously you like the build-ups and all of that. But
Mm.
I don't know. Gunther would be a better off as champion than Lex Luger. I mean, Cody Rhodes, I would keep him, the champion too, because it's like I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's like it's also kind of like, well, I don't mind Bret Hart, but at the same time, would he carry the belt? You know, especially if it's
Oh,
a
at this time, Bret Hart carrying
yeah,
the
probably
belt?
could, yeah.
Yeah, he could.
But then he
Lex
would have,
Luger, Lex Luger definitely would. I mean, he'll get a lot of
flack.
hate
Yeah,
for his body, because
yeah,
people are gonna be like, "Bro, we all know where you're on. Just admit it." Um, but other than that, I feel like I feel like he would work out as well because of Jordan Grace and like more on the athlete side
Yeah.
um,
Hmm.
of the pro athlete, and then Bret Hart is more of the pro wrestling and the storytelling.
Yeah.
And but like I think for me, Lex Luger, I have no problem of booking even though it's a fantasy booking, I have no problem booking him to win the world title.
Yeah.
Um, it just to me, I would have at the end of the night, I would rather just have a Lex Luger reaching for a handshake and be like, you beat me, but like, hey, I passed out.
I didn't tap out.
I didn't tap out. You didn't really beat me, but I'm here. I'm still man enough to shake your hand. And Gunther's like,
Ooh.
Gunther refused. You're like, I don't want to shake your hand just because of what you just said.
Right.
And then Lex Luger gives them the torture rack. I feel like that's what more like Lex Luger is. I feel like Lex Luger is a pro where it's like, hey, I'm cool taking a loss, man, but like I'm man enough to admit that. Shake my hand as a man, and let's call it a day.
Yeah.
Because the end of the day is about getting paid, right? So I feel like, and if you don't respect him, I feel like that's where Lex Luger was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
Torture, because you turn around, guess what? Torture rack.
Torture rack, yeah.
It makes sense.
Ah.
That's how I will book Lex Luger.
Yeah.
And then it's just and then because of the disrespect, you just elevate Gunther more as a heel. Like, damn, bro, this guy, because now it's like, think about it as a pro wrestling business mindset of, damn, Lex Luger just pulled you over. Prime Lex Luger just pulled you over, and you're gonna disrespect him like that. Like, that's crazy,
Yeah,
because we could, us current fans now, we could say whatever we want, but Lex Luger at that time was at a whole different level.
Whole different
We
beast,
could,
yeah.
we could look back and be like, Lex Luger's career was lame. No, it wasn't, man. It wasn't. Because in 10, 15 years from now, we're going to be looking at Edge and Christian's career and Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and we're going to be saying, their career was lame. It could have been better. But right now, their careers are actually pretty decent. All right. So
I think also came for me as also like because I think back then there's a lot of good wrestlers, but it was not like it's today. Like
it's
now there's a
not.
lot more. No, it's a lot more talent. So that's why for me, that's why I kind of kept it like the champions because I mean like Bret Hart had the wrestling skill, but he didn't have a lot of charisma. That's his problem was
Mhm.
he was not the most charismatic guy out there. It was more like I'm here to wrestle. I'm here to wrestle. He's like he'd be
Bret
better off in
Hart?
AEW. Yeah, I feel like he was not as charismatic as most people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And Lex Luger was more
Bret
like
Hart had Bret Hart had the look. He was
yeah,
kind of Bret Hart. I know this is gonna be weird. Bret
yeah.
Hart was basically kind of like John Morrison.
He had the look,
He
but
had the look without I mean, not the high flying stuff, but
yeah,
he just had the look. He was a great wrestler.
right,
He just didn't have the charisma. He knew how to talk on the mic. It just wasn't all there,
right.
you know. Uh, but yeah, but he did have his moment. You needed to heaten him up though. You needed to get him there.
Like angry.
Yeah, you needed a good story. If it was just like, hey, Bret Hart versus this person, Bret Hart's gonna be like, all right,
Cool.
cool. That's how he is. But if it's like, hey, Bret Hart, you're gonna face this person. Why? Oh, because he screwed you for the WWE championship because you're gonna be in the title match tonight, and this guy's gonna come in and he's gonna screw you. Oh, what F him then? Okay, that's a good story. I could work that. Yeah. Okay. And then that leads something. That's a reason.
Right.
That's where you get the best Bret Hart version. It's the same thing with CM Punk. Why are we doing this? Why am I here? Just because, okay, that's fine. But why, if I'm just here just because I'm here, why do I need to talk?
Yeah.
you know,
True.
why do I have to
That's very
build up?
true.
Yeah, why do I have to build up this match if there's no reason?
Yeah.
Like, okay, why do I have to build up this match? Why do I even have to wrestle then? Why can't I just come out here and start something with somebody, or let's build up this match? Okay, what if I come out and this guy interrupts me then?
Mm.
No, like,
Yeah.
damn, this guy just interrupted me. I was gonna make an announcement. This guy just interrupted me. Like, you and me tonight, or you and me next week then. So That's how Bret Hart likes to be booked. Same with Lex Luger, you know. But Lex Luger gets paid regardless. That's why he doesn't care because he's like, okay, I got no problem going out there, you know, and just giving somebody the torture rack, you know. Um, Lex Luger and Bret Hart, they're both very different but unique in their own way,
Right.
and that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like if you see them, it's just like that's crazy how these guys were the top of the world one day, like in
At one.
wrestling. At
Yeah.
one point, they were in the top of the world. So,
It's insane.
any dream matches for Bret Hart and Lex Luger in this current era, or in any era?
Ooh. Okay, so for Bret Hart, it would definitely be a really good match if you had one for with Bryan Danielson, like a
Okay,
technical
that's an
match.
yeah. Brian Danielson or Daniel Bryan or both?
Both. One or the
Both.
other. Yeah, they're both like really good. I
Prime.
would
I
say
feel like yeah. With Prime, I feel like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I feel like actually I feel like if we did had a Prime Bret Hart, I feel like he probably would have been the first guy going to AEW.
yeah, he did. Didn't he win didn't he introduce the title?
Yeah,
That guy, I think.
yeah, he did.
He's
He
he's
did.
literally so I could see Bret Hart versus Bryan Danielson. I could see Bret Hart versus CM Punk.
Mhm.
More like a clash of styles, but also kind of like technical. Ooh, Drew McIntyre and Bret Hart be really good. I
That
could
would
see
be
them.
like a Diesel versus Bret Hart.
Yeah, I could see Gunther versus Bret Hart. That'd be kind of nice because they're both technical guys too. That'd be kind of sweet.
See, I was surprised that you didn't have Bret Hart versus Bret Hart versus Gunther.
Yeah, I mean, I was no because I would feel like if it was because if Lex Luger was involved, yeah, I would have Gunther versus Lex Luger.
Okay.
But if it was just like, let's say Cody Rhodes went to face on somebody else that's not Lex Luger, yeah, I would say like Bret Hart and Gunther. But
So
since Luger's involved,
is it Lex Luger the reason why Bret Hart is getting Cody Rhodes?
yeah,
Okay.
so I feel that'd be a better match. Like you said,
Who
like would you see like Cody Rhodes doing a crossroads on Lex Luger or doing a Cody cutter on Lex Luger? Like I can't
one
imagine it.
one yes. Two, because you got to remember Cody Rhodes did it on what's his name, Ezekiel Jackson.
Oh,
You remember him?
yeah.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes done it on him. So
Oh, okay.
um and I'm yeah. Who else is a pretty big deal? And Roman Reigns, right?
Roman Reigns,
Roman Reigns, Cody
Braun. I don't think he
Rhodes.
did.
Yeah,
I don't
Cody
think he brought
Rhodes,
Braun, did he?
Cody Wish Braun.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. Not that I recall, but Braun is six. How tall is Lex Luger? Is he 6'5" or 6'7"?
I don't remember.
And his prime, he had to be.
Like
I
six
mean,
four, 6'5".
yeah. I mean,
Like
if he could, but still, I'm pretty sure he could do it.
yeah. And for
And
Luger, I would say he would be. I would say he faces like. I could see him facing like smaller guys, but also like Braun Strowman.
see, that's crazy. He doesn't. Lex Luger doesn't like facing smaller guys. He
So Braun Strowman. Who else is big? Omas. There's not really much
Omos,
big guys anymore, right? Who else would be big?
LA Knight,
LA Knight. LA Knight's still pretty short compared to Lex Luger.
but no, like
Jacob Fatu. Ooh,
those sizes. Oh yeah, Jacob Fatu and Lex Luger.
I could see Jacob destroying Lex Luger though. Like I could see him carry Lex Luger in the shoulders and like dropping him. Who else?
That's gonna
Even
be a
Tap.
short match. Lex Luger is gonna be like,
Exactly.
oh hell no, I ain't gonna fight all
No.
that. I ain't gonna
And
do all that.
then
It's gonna be a
Roman
5 minute
Reigns. That'd be a good
match.
one. Roman Reigns.
That would be a nice one. Like I said, Lex Luger is not a bad worker. He's
No.
just a basic worker. He is, first of all, I believe he was over in his 40s at that time. So, and yeah, he had solid matches. I feel like I'm gonna be honest. If Triple H was still wrestling in this era, I feel like that's how Triple H would wrestle. He would wrestle how Lex Luger wrestled.
Yeah.
That's how
Be more
I,
careful and stuff.
yeah, less because it's all about the strikes and the punches and stuff like that, and
He's a
telling,
boss.
yeah, and then also they call the match in the ring. They just call the spots like, hey, when like the Irish whip stuff, the running the ropes, I'm gonna pick you up for the gorilla slam. So when I say gorilla, that's what I mean. I'm gonna pick you up, scoop you, and toss you this way, that way, whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's how Lex Luger and Bret Hart called their matches. It's like we need a beginning, a middle, and the ending. And like,
Mm,
what's the purpose of this match? What was it leading up to? Because it's like, if you're telling me like, hey, you're gonna have a a rematch tomorrow night, and it's gonna be a street fight, where it's like, well, bro, I just hurt this guy's leg. I wrestled this guy's leg for 15 minutes, and you're telling me we're having a match next tomorrow night? He can't wrestle.
yeah.
I just hurt his leg. So it's like I should have hurt his leg tomorrow night since we're having a street fight. Yeah, because that way I could use the weapons. But still, or that could be involved with a story where it's like, oh, perfect. That's why we're having a street fight, because you can't wrestle me. You have to fight me now, because it's like I took out your leg. So now like I need weapons involved. So it's always trying to find the story. And that was in the creative, because sometimes creative gives you something, and the wrestlers these days are like, I don't want it. I don't like that creative. So it's like they don't sit there. It's like, how can we make it work? Some do, some don't. You know, but
Right.
anything else you want to say or add?
No, no.
Man, any good movies you've been watching ever?
No, I haven't been to the theater in a long time, man. Like I don't remember the last time I went to a theater. Probably like 2 years ago, a year ago.
It was last year
Yeah, so it's been a
when we
minute since
when
I.
we saw when we went to Vegas to see the
Oh
Beekeeper.
yeah, I think that's the last movie I've seen in theaters. Honestly, I think.
That was the most expensive ticket you saw in the movie.
I know.
Imagine that. It's like I saw the Beekeeper. Oh, nice. Yeah, but I flew all the way to Vegas for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we were supposed to go out and watch a Queen of the Ring. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, you have plans, and unfortunately, the other bad news, it's only selected in. So wait, did I say that right? The movie is only being shown in selected theaters. There you go.
Wow.
Unfortunately, so that's why we're not seeing it, which
Yeah, because you
sucks.
have to go pretty far. Or you have to go south or north. You have to go
Or
somewhere.
it's the timing. Like there is, I believe, the local theater by me. They are airing it, but it's one show, and it's a later
Oh,
show, and it's just like, all right,
you
well,
don't make it, you don't make it, right? Kind of thing.
no, it's not that. It's like I could make it. I have to make time for it, but it's late. It's a late show. I'm not a late person.
Right.
Um, not anymore. So as soon as I got older, man, as soon as I hit 33, goddamn, I'm trying to hit bedtime is 8 o'clock now. So
Wow.
sometimes, man, sometimes. Well, I do wake up pretty early for work too,
Ah.
and also I work out in the morning sometimes, not all the time.
Mhm.
But what's been going on, Ever? What's new with you, man? Where you been
Nothing.
hiding? Why have you not been joining me for recording days, man? Come on, man.
Working and stuff. Trying to find a new
God,
job.
God damn,
Trying to
you're
switch
working,
jobs.
and trying to find a new job. That's it,
Yeah.
man. What's the new job you're trying to find? What's the new field?
Finance, banking, finance, financial,
Everything I need help
representative.
in,
Yeah, those kind of stuff.
but nothing new. That's it. Just looking for a new chapter.
Yeah, just and then doing some side gigs too, so hopefully
That's
that's
good.
good. Yeah, just trying to stay busy.
Hey, man, you're gonna be proud of me. I did
Yeah.
something you're finally gonna be proud of. I read
Oh,
a
nice.
book.
Oh, nice.
I read a book. The problem is I forgot the name of that book.
Hey, at least you read, right? At least you read something.
so,
Oh wait, that's all I asked, bro. Read something.
I know, right? Read something, man. Read something. I read the wrong book that you wanted me to read, but I read
Uh,
the right book. I read something.
yeah. Hey, at
What
least
book
you
did I read? I'm gonna be honest.
was
I
it
can't.
good? If you don't remember, it's
Oh
okay.
no, yeah, I remember. It's the title I can't remember.
Oh, well, okay.
I think it's where the crawfish
Oh,
sings,
oh yeah, with the crawfish,
where the
the
crawdads.
crawdaddies, yeah, crawdads sing. It's like the book into a movie too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So I read the book first. Didn't knew there was a movie about it. Found out there was a movie about it.
watch the movie.
So no, I read the book first.
Oh yeah, but then you watched the movie
Yeah,
and
then I
you're like,
watched the
oh,
movie. Yeah, then they got me intrigued more because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know how the book came up to me, and then I found out there was a movie about it, and I was just like, well, damn, there's a movie about it. But nobody like I never heard about it, so
oh, okay.
I was like, all right. I started watching it. I started reading the book. It took me so I checked it out from the library, and then it took me like 3 or 4 days to finally open it.
Oh wow.
And then I finally opened it. Well, when I got the book, it was if I don't get it now, I'm never gonna get it.
Mm.
So it was one of those things. I finally got the book. It took me like 3 or 4 days to open it, and when I finally opened the book, I only read one chapter. I was just like, and then 2 days later, I read another chapter, and then I read another chapter, and then I started, and then after I don't remember what chapter. I think it was chapter 4 or 5. I got to a certain point. There was a certain point on the book where they discovered a body. And
Mm.
I was just like, whoa, how did we get here? And I was like, okay, now I'm really tripped. Now I'm like, I'm hooked. All right, cool. Now I can't. And then the next chapter was a completely different thing. I was just like, I kept reading it. And then I finished that chapter and I was like, damn, hold on, what's going on? What happened to the body? And then I didn't realize in the corner of each chapter there was a timeline. So it kept
Oh.
jumping timelines. I'm like, oh, so I had to go back and read the whole book because I was just reading, I was just going along with it, you know. And then once I go back and I started rereading it, I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those books where the timelines changes. So one moment she's older and she's a kid, blah blah blah. It was one of those. I was like, oh,
Oh.
okay, I got it. So it was like a flashback kind of thing. And so once I
Okay.
started, yeah. So once I figured that out of what was going on, it was really really good. The ending though, bro, the ending. All I gotta say was I'm glad I read the book first because I my mouth dropped, bro.
Wow.
My mouth dropped from reading a book. I thought I like how I reacted was like if I just got caught cheating. like
Wow.
you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She just read my messages of the sneaky text message, you know.
Oh.
Like that's how like my heart dropped from reading that ending. I was just like if I got caught, like if I did something wrong, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, wait, no, why is this book making me feel that way? It was just so good of what I was reading, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Wow.
So then obviously I have to watch the movie. I have to watch the movie. Bro, that movie sucked. That movie was horrible. Don't get me wrong. The actors, awesome. I love them. It was just when I read the book and I watched the movie, it was like it was straight to the point basically.
Okay.
It was right in the middle where it started to slow down the pace a little bit, but like it was just it went straight to the point. I was just like, "Oh, damn. All right." It was quick. That's all I got to say about the movie. Like it's expected, you know what I mean? Like in the book, you have to be because again, in the movie, you had the image. You could visualize everything, so you don't have to give into much details
Right.
compared to a book. So it wasn't really fair, but the book was 10 times better, man. The book was like 10 out of 10, bro. The movie was
Yeah, I
like a
feel
solid 7 out of 10.
hmm.
So I don't know, man. But hey, I recommend it.
I feel like sometimes the movies are better, the books are better than the movies. Like they try to do too much with the movie,
Right.
and it just kind of makes it like, okay, so what's going on? And you're like, oh, well, this and this. You're like, well, I don't know. You know, he's like, he said it's like, it would be better to have the book than the movie. You're like, they just did too much in the book or the movie, or they took some stuff out. Like, it didn't make sense when you watched the movie, but when you read the book, it's like, oh,
Right.
yeah, that makes sense now.
I thought the ending was gonna be better though. I think that was the only thing that was missing. The ending could have been better. It didn't explain anything about the ending.
Mm,
Normally, in the end, uh, man, I'll just tell you. Spoilers for everybody. Spoilers ahead. Um, so she lured the guy, the predator, basically.
yeah, Predator.
Did you read the book?
I watched the movie.
Oh, you watched the movie? Oh,
Yeah,
perfect. So they didn't explain it.
yeah.
They didn't show it. Sorry, they didn't show it. We just assume, okay, she did take him out. We just assume how she lured him up there and somehow he fell, you know,
Yeah.
and that's it. So it was just basically he, in a way, he you could just say he slipped. I thought once I read the book, I thought we were gonna see how she lured him. We didn't get that in the
Mm,
movie. So that's why I was kind of disappointed about. She made it seem like she used the fireflies or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what but
yeah.
I did enjoy it. I did. I even though that was the only thing that was missing. It was just they should have showed the lyric, the whole of how did she do it, you know.
Yeah. Makes
But
sense.
yeah. But other than that, it wasn't a bad movie.
No.
So how'd you find out about the movie?
I think I saw like a trailer of it. I think it was on Peacock or something.
How did I find out about the book before the movie?
I have no idea.
How
That's a
did I
good
get
question.
convinced to read the book?
I know, right? You're like, oh,
It shouldn't be the
oh.
other way around, I feel.
Yeah, you're like,
Uh,
oh, I watched the movie. Now I'm gonna watch the book to understand the movie. Like, oh, or the vice versa.
yeah, but somehow I was convinced to read the book first and then go watch the movie afterwards.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened, but that's crazy.
yeah. At least
So
you saw both. It's
I
better.
don't even think I would have read the book if I watched the movie, because it's like I
Oh,
already know the ending. When I read the book, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. What's the reading age for this book?
I don't know, probably like 18 and over. No, it's probably well,
Is there even an age thing for books?
yeah. There's different genres like teens, and there's like a kids section, and there's like adults, adult contemporary.
Well,
Like different
there's because there is it's
age
a threat.
restrictions.
Yeah, it's a thriller mystery.
Yeah, so that kind of assumes like it might be kind of tough to read
Oh,
if you
it's
really.
PG. Oh, the movie's PG-13. Okay,
Yeah.
so the book would have to be around that. Yeah, right? PG-13 and over. The movie was good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
It like would I go back and watch it? Yeah, just so I wouldn't have to read the book.
right. At least you know it's good, right? You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna make me want to read more, especially the books books that have movies now. So I think the one thing I probably won't read is Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter's probably gonna be like an audiobook thing.
You're like, I don't know about this one. This one, it's probably really long too.
Harry Potter? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it takes 24 hours to finish the whole book.
Woo.
That's
Oh
what
well, not the worst. We'll read it
shit.
within what, 4 or 5 days or something.
Damn. Seems like a month.
Yeah, 20 pages a day. Who knows? You probably could do it.
All right, as we wrap things up, it's about to hit that final bell for today's episode. And I hope you enjoyed all the wrestling talk and fantasy booking. And of course, the good vibes that we shared today. We'll love to hear from you, listeners, and what you think about my dream matches and fantasy booking, and also these watch alongs that we've been doing lately. And then also, if you got any of your own ideas and matches you like us to watch or review, let us know in the comments and also on social media. So we're always down to hear from some of y'all. Some of you guys respond once in a while.
All right, it's time to finish up this episode. If you liked today's episode, leave us a 5-star frog slash review, like, subscribe, and on YouTube. I'm Ever El Minestro. Thank you.
IAN is who I am. A storyteller is who I'm trying to be. And if you're feeling so high in joy, give me a holla. Hit a 5-star Frog Splash review. Follow us on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Share us on social media. New Entry Wrestling Podcast, your place for wrestling reviews, prediction, and fantasy booking. Until next time, deuces.